we'll go back into closed session for our legal advice. We're just checking to see if we've gone live.
Like now, yeah.
We're up now, yeah. Good morning, members, and welcome to the Committee on Procedures on the 12th of November. I'll just start to the meeting, advise members that the committee meeting will be recorded and broadcast throughout Parliament buildings and online. You're welcome to use your mobile devices as long as they're in airplane mode and all devices are muted. It's not permitted to take photographs or record any of the meeting. Any members have any interest to declare at today's meeting? No, thank you. I'm going to proceed then on through the agenda. So agenda item 1 is apologies, and we have apologies from our Vice Chair Sinead Ennis and Orlia Flynn, although Orlia may well join us later on this morning once she gets back into the Assembly buildings.
Has also put in his apologies, Trevor.
Oh, Trevor has just added apologies as well. Members, we have draft minutes that are pages 5 to 9 of the meeting pack. Can I ask members, are you content with the meeting of the minutes, that they are a true reflection of the proceedings of our meeting last held on the 23rd of October?
Yep.
Yes? Thank you. I'll sign those then. Thank you. Matters arising at agenda item 3. There are no matters arising, so I'll move on now to agenda item 4, which is our considerations on the annual debate on the Executive's legislative timetable. And we will be receiving further legal advice on the draft standing order. So just seeking your permission, members, to go into closed session because we will be receiving legal advice. Yep. Yeah, that's us. If we could go into closed session, please.
Committee Room 21. Sound. Committee Room 21. Sound. Committee Room 21. Sound. Committee Room 21. Sound. Sound.
Okay, if we can not take that work forward.
I think you're still going to be recorded.
You still have a quorum.
Oh, sorry. Well, there you go. Well, then there's no rush there. Thank you very much. Let me know when we're live. That's good. Thank you, Militia, for... I was worried. Yeah. We're live now. Thank you very much. So, members, we're now in public session and we're open to the public again. We're now going to talk about our forward work programme. There's an updated forward work programme can be found at 119 of the meeting pack. The proposed dates for committee meetings from January 25 to Easter recess have been added to that programme. Just to ask members, are you happy with that programme? Yes, thank you. Members, pages 120 to 124 of the meeting pack is a memo from the clerks providing further information regarding the arrangements for the study visit to the Scottish Parliament on the 4th and 5th of December. Members, the flights and accommodation for the visit are now booked, and updated table of travel costs, which are lower than the original estimate, was based on 8 members travelling rather than 7, can be found at page 11 of the tabled pack. The flight to Edinburgh leaves Belfast International Airport at 8:20 a.m. on Wednesday the 4th of December. So all would need to be up at the airport by about 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'll see you all then. Overnight accommodation will be in the Hilton Carton Hotel, and the return flight leaves Edinburgh at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday the 5th of December. Members, an updated draft programme for the visit is at page 125 and 126 of your meeting pack, and now includes meetings with 2 party whips, the Scottish Conservative and Unionist MSP Stephen Kerr and the Scottish Labour MSP Martin Whitfield. It's hoped that meetings with the party whips for SNP, the Green Party and Lib Dems can be arranged for Thursday, but as you can see it is quite a tight turnaround for our meetings. Members, the overnight accommodation travel costs such as flights and transport to and from the Scottish Parliament and hotel and meals taken together as a committee are arranged and paid for by committee staff. Other refreshments outside of the meals and subsistence outlined at paragraph 9 of the clerk's memo at pages 121 and 122 of the meeting pack must be paid directly by the member. If a member wishes to attend non-committee related business during the visit, this must also be paid for by the member as does any in-room charges at the hotel. The Assembly covers members and staff travel insurance, and details can be found at pages 140 and 141 of your meeting pack. And it's on the members' portal. Incidental costs that cannot be paid centrally, such as car parking or refreshments between meals, members need to complete a pre-approval of costs form. It's pre-approval. So this form can be found at page 136 of your meeting pack. And once completed, committee staff will forward to the Finance Office prior to travel and prior to booking car parking. So this is before you book your car park up at the International Airport. Members participating in the visit should consult the framework of incidental costs of parliamentary travel, which is at pages 128 to 135 of your meeting pack, or on the members' portal, and may wish to consider completing the pre-approval form for car parking fees at Belfast International Airport, and potentially refreshments between meals such as tea, coffee and snacks, and mileage to and from the airport. Further advice should be sought from Finance as necessary, and completed forms should be returned here to the committee staff as soon as possible. So it's a bit of a different way of doing this for anybody who hasn't travelled before or has travelled before. So you'll need to find out the costs for the parking before you actually make that booking. Members to reclaim expenses incurred during the visit, the incidental costs of parliamentary travel claim form can be found at pages 137 to 139 of the meeting pack, and they should be completed and passed to committee staff with receipts, who will then forward to the Finance Office. A travel pack containing your final programme for the visit, flight details and boarding passes, contact information and briefing materials on the relevant Scottish Parliament procedures and approaches will be provided to members several days before the visit. Members, I'm just asking you to note the updated travel costs and the arrangements for the visit, and advise you that if any further information or clarification is required, they should contact either our own committee staff or the Assembly Finance Office. Okay? So please do check that out, because if you go on ahead and book your parking and then try to claim it later, that's not possible before pre-approval. Moving then on to agenda item 7, correspondence. Pages 143 to 152 of the meeting pack is for the correspondence that's been received since the last meeting. In May 2024, the committee referred a letter from the Committee for Communities requesting provision of clear procedural guidelines and criteria on holding committee meetings in open or closed session to the Chairperson's Liaison Group for initial consideration there. And given this is a matter that will affect all Assembly and statutory and standing committees, the Chairperson's Liaison Group has now replied indicating that the decision on whether to sit in closed session should remain a matter for the individual committees, subject to the procedural provisions and conventions already in place. The relevant correspondence can be found at pages 144 to 147 of the meeting pack. Members, I'm going to ask you now, are you content that given the view expressed by the Chairperson's Liaison Group, and I'll declare an interest because as the chair of this group, I'm a member of that group. So given the view expressed by the Chairperson's Liaison Group, there is no need to add this matter to the list of issues for further consideration by the committee. And I'm seeking the agreement of the committee to forward the response to the Committee for Communities, and advise that the committee has noted the position as outlined by the Chairperson's Liaison Group and does not intend to consider the matter further. Do we have agreement for that? Yeah. Okay, thank you. The Clerk to the Public Accounts Committee has written regarding its primacy over Northern Ireland Audit Office reports and outlining the subject of its next 3 inquiries, and this correspondence is at page 148 to 150 of the meeting pack. And I just ask members to note the correspondence which is more relevant to statutory committees. Are you happy to note that, members? Okay. Members, Timothy Gaston MLA has written to the committee asking that consideration be given to setting out in standing orders a number of requirements regarding arrangements for meetings between a committee chairperson and witnesses prior to their appearance. The letter is at pages 151 and 152 of the meeting pack. Members, I'm seeking agreement from you to add this matter to the list of issues for consideration in due course and to advise Mr Gaston accordingly. Do I have your permission, members? Yep. Thank you. And then agenda item 8 is chairperson's business. There's currently no chairperson's business to cover. Item 9 is any other business. I don't have anything else to raise, members. Do any of you? No. And agenda item 10 then, date, time and place of next meeting, which is Wednesday the 27th of November at 10 a.m. in room 21. And just to remind members that we have asked for the Windsor Framework Committee's standing order to be added into plenary business for that week. So hopefully we will have the opportunity and the information will be sent out to all as agreed today to all MLAs in advance of that. But members, the meeting is now adjourned. Thank you very much.
Committee Room 21. Sound.